Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly episode of stuff. So, I did find a couple things in the store, but they really don't matter because I got this box in the mail today. Today is Wednesday. This video, of course, will be published the usual time, Saturday, so if you're watching it, it is Saturday, and hopefully you're having an excellent weekend. But I just couldn't wait to get into this, so I wanted to make a weekly video out of it. This is from Travis, Heavy Metal 164. You know, he sent me a lot of boxes over the last year or two, and they're always pretty awesome. This thing in particular is huge. So some of this stuff is definitely from Travis. Some of the other stuff indirectly is going to be from Diecast on Instagram. If you don't follow him, definitely follow him. Diecast has a great collection of very, very high quality diecast and has an excellent Instagram where he takes pictures and catalogs his collection. So definitely check that out. Some of this stuff is going to kind of be indirectly from him. I'm going to go ahead and cut this box open. I did not peek. I do not know what's in here exactly. I have an idea of a couple of items, but I honestly wasn't expecting it to be this large. So I'm kind of interested to see what's in here. I mean, it might just be like super well packed, but the box does weigh, it weighs 4 pounds according to the label. So I don't know, we'll see. I put some painter's tape over the addresses and stuff just for internet safety. And yeah, so there's that. So we're going to open this up and we're going to get right into it. So we got some bubble wrap, which is awesome because I can always reuse the bubble wrap. Some more bubble wrap, just making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so right on the top, like, there's some ridiculousness going on. So, okay. Now, I'm just going to get rid of some of this bubble wrap before we get too crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this isn't going to be disappointing at all. Okay, so starting with this. This is an interesting little piece. This is a Zymex or Z Toys, made in Hong Kong, Fair Lady Z. And of course, we're going to look at all this stuff pretty close up in the second half of the video, so I should probably actually go through the box fairly quickly. We got this Nevada Highway Patrol 1977 Pontiac Le Mans, which is cool. That's pretty awesome. From Hot Pursuit. That one I'll probably save for a 10-car Tuesday, so we won't open up that one because we want to stick with some of this premium diecast. Toyota Land Cruiser, basic Tomica. Awesome. We've got Subaru Legacy, the Boxer. This is a TAC car, T-A-C-C-A-R. I think I've seen this on one of his videos. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm not sure. I've never had one of these in the collection, so this will be definitely an interesting one. We'll take a look at that, of course, close up in the second half. So I'm going to like I said, I'm going to burn through these a bit. Okay, so we got some Tomica Limited Vintage. LV60, the Mitsubishi PET Leo van, or PET Leo van. I'm not going to pull it out right now because we will pull it out in a little bit. And then we got the Toyota Cresta Super Lucent. That's cool. That one looks like it's going to be pretty cool. We'll definitely pull that one out. So that's 2 TLVs. And a third one here. This is the... it's all Japanese. It's TLV01. I think it's a print. None of it is in English. I don't know what LV01 is. It's this car. None of it's in English. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, my goodness. Another Tomica Limited Vintage, Nissan Laurel in red. At least that's what the box says. Oh, maybe it's not what's in here. We'll see. We'll have to find out. So that is 4 TLVs. And then here's a 5th one. This is Tomica Limited Vintage Neo, the Mazda Cosmo. I actually have an example of a Mazda Cosmo. I have it in white. This is that one I know he showed on his channel that looks like it's a custom. That someone added, like, stuff to it. Which is this guy right here. We'll take a look at it, of course, in the second segment of the video. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I'm just going to leave it customized like that. It's done really well. Or if I'm just going to remove the decals and stuff from it. Because I know I probably could do that. And then just put it back to stock. So there's that. Okay. Tomica Limited Vintage Neo Mazda RX-7 in red. This one's kind of a special one. I believe this is from some sort of movie. I don't really know for sure, but I do have this casting. I don't have it in red. I've got it in silver. It looks really cool in silver, but here it is in red. That was kind of a limited edition one, so that's kind of cool. Let's see here. Ooh, what is this? Forza La Festa Mile. I don't know what this is. Premium Car Collection. What is this? Cool. Oscar MT4 Berlinetta Vignali 1952. Well, that is super interesting, and it is. I'm assuming it is 162 or 164 scale. It's small, but it's probably supposed to be small. There's nothing on here. I don't see anything on here that says scale. I don't know, but whatever this is, it's weird and cool. And there's a little card in here with it too. I know nothing about this car, and now I'm gonna have to learn something. So that's fantastic. That looks really cool. So that's awesome. So far we've got that. We've got some weird premium brand stuff. We've got 6 Tomica Limited vintages. Crazy. And Carnell, Kyosho Carnell Z. I've actually got an example of this casting. I think I do, right? I think the one I have doesn't have a G nose. Yeah, you know, I don't have this one. I have the 240Z, but I don't have the one with the G nose. And the one I have is white, so this is actually different. So that's super fantastic. Thank you so much. And oh my goodness. All right. This. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I want all of these. I want all of these Bugattis. I've got the one that's black and red. I got it for a super deal at the Hot Wheels convention of all places. And then I have this. This is an Auto Art Bugatti. And this color of it, I think I like a lot better than the black and red one. That is pretty. Oh my goodness. All right, so it looks like there is one last thing in this box, which is actually a 4-car set. And you probably just saw what it was, and a lot of bubble wrap, which is awesome. I needed some bubble wrap. All right. This is the Initial D, 164 scale Kyosho set. And this thing is really cool. It's really well packaged. I believe he picked this up from the Toy Pimp. So check out the Toy Pimp if you haven't. And really, really cool. So there's a Toyota Sprinter Terreno. There's a Mazda RX-7. Well, 2 Mazda RX-7s. One that's the same generation as this one. And then the one generation before it. And then there is a Nissan Skyline GTR BNR 32 in here. So that is very, very cool. The packaging is so nice on this. It actually really is very, very nice. And all of these are in acrylic cases. Eesh. Okay, so that's it. That's what I mean, that's it. That's what's in the box. So a lot of cool stuff. I think the only thing that we're not going to quickly look at is going to be this Pontiac. That is going to go into a Greenlight 10 Car Tuesday episode that will be coming sometime in the near future. The rest of this stuff I think we should get into. I don't know. I may have to pre-open some of this stuff, otherwise the second video is going to be really, really long, dealing with all this extra packaging. Or maybe not. I don't know. We've got 1, 2, well, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cars to look at. We can get through that. I think we can get through that. So stay tuned for another long one. Oh, and by the way, thank you guys for all the feedback on what I asked you last week about the format of these videos. A lot of you requested I stick with it. So stay with the same format. And, you know, I probably will. I may make a conscientious effort to shorten these videos. I've said this so many times, but I might actually make it happen. I might actually try to shorten them a little bit, at least keep them possibly to 20 or so minutes. So 10 minutes on the front half, 10 minutes on the back half, and try to kind of limit it to that, and then take some other things and make some other feature videos out of those. It just would be better, I think, to compromise a little bit between the two. Keep the same format, essentially, but we don't need necessarily, 40-minute videos, which this one's probably going to turn into a 40-minute video, to be honest. It probably will. So stay tuned, and thank you guys very much. Let's take a look at some of this really amazing stuff close up in the second half. So stick around. All right, so let's try to get through this second half of the video here with all of this really cool stuff. So here we go. Here's that Z-Toys. Very, very interesting. If I ever find one of these in like really good shape, I definitely am going to want it. It's got suspension. It's got like the Road Champs style wheels that look almost like Blackwall wheels. This one is in pretty rough shape, but it's still really cool, and the doors open on it. I'm into 240Zs, like in any brand of diecast that I can get them in. Would be nice to have kind of an example of everything. So, just a really cool piece, and glad you sent that one along. That one's pretty neat. All right, so let's look at this Bugatti Veyron. Packaging wise, if you're interested in that, it's got a very nice cardboard, almost blue jean feel to the paper here. It is an auto art. If you're familiar with auto art, they are amazing, both in 1/64 scale and in the larger scale cars. They are something else. So let's see if I can get this open without jacking up the box too much here. So we'll get it out. I know I could have opened all this stuff prior, but it's just, I don't know, for some reason, like opening the stuff up, I think is kind of part of the experience. And there it is. It is gorgeous. I'm going to go ahead and take it off the base. This one's got 2 screws that come out very easily. Keep that packaging together because it's going to get repackaged. Well, this isn't going to get repackaged. This is going to go on display in my room, which needs a room tour at some point. I get it. I haven't shown it to you in a while, but it's still a mess, so we'll get it there. This thing is just so beautiful. It's so beautifully made. It does have a plastic base. It's not metal, but it's got some decent weight to it. The tires are rubber, and of course they're appropriate to the vehicle, and it's got inserted headlights. It's got inserted taillights. It's just very beautifully detailed. The interior is detailed as well. I don't know. I wish Auto Art honestly would make some more stuff in 1/64 scale. I don't think they currently make anything in 1/64 scale. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think they right now make anything. And that is a shame because they do a really good job when they do it. They've only done a handful of cars, and they're all really, really nice. All the ones I've got so far, anyway. I think I have like 4 different toolings actually from Auto Art 164, which is probably half of everything that they've ever made. All right, so there's that. Let's take a look at this oddball. So here's the other cars that would have been available, I guess, in this series. The Alfa Romeo would be really cool to get. Ace Bristol would be kind of cool too. The Bentley, oh man, actually all these, the only one I really wouldn't care about is this thing right here. So I mean the Lotus would be cool, not the Bentley. But we'll go ahead and open this up. It's got Japanese writing all over it, except for Premium Car Collection is in English. And La Fiesta Mile, I'm guessing is Spanish, right? I'm so uncultured, you guys. I'm sorry. So, for those of you that can read that, have fun with that. Interesting car, interesting packaging, interesting. I don't know where it came from, really. So, there it is. It comes on a little base. It comes with the acrylic case. We are going to take it off the base, of course. And take a look at that cool little car. Very, very neat. So, this car, it's blue. I can tell you that. It's got a decent weight to it for its little tiny size. I don't know if it's 1/64 scale or not because I don't know what the real size is of this car, but I'm guessing the legit size of this car is tiny. It's a little 2-seater. It looks like this is probably accurate. Does it say a scale on the bottom anywhere? Oh, it does say 164 right there. Oscar, there we go. That's what I was looking for. It does have rubber tires, plastic base. It is just, I don't know, again, really interesting and really nice. It's really nicely done. So lens detail for the headlights. It's got painted details on the rear for those little tiny tail lights. And just overall, super cool little car. Fantastic. I like it a lot. All right, so there's that one. And then let's get into Carnell 64. So we're doing kind of all the weirder stuff, I would say, first. Stuff that some of you may not know anything about. Like Carnell is essentially, it's a fancy Kyosho. It's Kyosho with some little extra added touches to it. So it's kind of akin to the Kyosho beads collection, I would say. So I'm not sure if maybe just the toolings are licensed and these are made like that. So I don't think it says Kyosho anywhere like on that part of the packaging. The tooling though, you'll see it'll say Kyosho on the bottom. If I can get it out of the package. Sorry guys. Come on, buddy. There we go. So it does come in an acrylic. Nissan Fairlady 240ZG custom version. And get it out of the acrylic. Got to be kind of careful with this one. It does have some fragile pieces in those side mirrors. The base says Kyosho on it. And the bottom of the car says Kyosho on it as well. 1/64 scale Z. So this is got plastic tires. Sorry, not plastic tires, rubber tires, plastic base. And again, is very, very highly detailed. You got lens details. It's the Geno's 240Z with the headlight covers. It doesn't roll too well, but it does. The wheels do move. Here's a look at the back. So we got lens detail back there. Ooh, the mirrors look like they even have detail in them. A little bit of silver paint in there. Oh, look at the steering wheel. Check that out. Yeah, so this is awesome. So this is going to go in my 240Z collection, of course. And that one does not disappoint. Very, very cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and just keep it moving here. Alright, so the next one is this one here. This is a Subaru Legacy from this. I do not know anything about this series. Interesting though. Subaru Legacy from TACCAR. TACCAR. Again, Japanese writing all over it. And here it is. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Interesting build quality on this one, just from the feel of it. It just feels different than your typical import Japanese car. It's screwed together. Targa. Does I say Targa? Yeah, Targa. Targa. Okay. TACCAR. I know nothing about them. It's got inserted headlights, inserted taillights, very, very detailed. It's got defoggers in the back windows, which look kind of weird, but I'm guessing that's accurate. Complete with a rear window wiper. It's got an opening hood. Ooh. And it's got a lot of detail under that opening hood. Check that out. Yeah, the hood is kind of gappy. It's got some gaps in it. But that's not too bad. It looks pretty good when it's just sitting down. If you move it around, yeah, you can see a bunch of gaps, but of course it's not going to be moving around much. The wheels are soft rubber. Gosh, it almost looks like the doors would open, but they don't. But the way they did, well, the one side looks like it. This looks like the door line's really deep. It's got side mirrors. That is just an awesome, detailed die-cast piece. And just weird and interesting. It's weird. It's cool, though. Really, really cool. So thanks again, Travis, for that. All right, so next up, should we look at the initial D 4-car set? I'm not sure if I'm going to pull all these out of the packaging right now. Yeah, let's just do it, huh? I just want to get to those Tomica limited vintage cars, which we're going to do right after these. So here's the Mazda RX-7. Initial D. Red Sun's RX-7. The base has got a bit of a lean to it. He actually told me this was going to be in here, and he told me about that. So this one I actually kind of traded him for this piece. So I'm just putting the packaging back together here. But we're going to keep this one out because we got to take a look at it compared to the Tomica. These are screwed together. So it's got base lean a little bit to it, but I bet you I could fix it. Excuse me. But it's got a fair amount of detail. It's a nice Kyosho. It's a good example of this tooling from Kyosho. So I am happy to have it. Let's see here. I'll set that over there. Let's just continue to get these out here. This is the BNR 32. Which I did already have I think I already have an R32 Kyosho. So I don't know if I want to split up this set, but I might be willing to trade some of it. And this might be one of the cars, because I do already have an example of this tooling. Excuse me. And here that is. So I'm going to let you take a look at that while I put this packaging back together real quick. Pretty cool. It looks really good in black, though. Okay, so it's cool. These don't have like stock graphics because they got like their initial D cars. And don't hate on me for not knowing anything about initial D, okay? Sorry. I don't. I'm not into like the Japanese animation stuff. It's not like I have anything against it. It's not something I've ever really been all that interested in. This casting is awesome, though. It's got lens details in the back, lens details in the front. But anyways, what I was getting at is these cars aren't like overwhelmingly graphic, which is awesome. So they don't have like a bunch of crazy graphics on them. They're still like good, solid examples of the toolings that they are. Here's another RX-7. Right there. That's a cool one. Again, lens details up front. It's got lens details in the back. This is actually a really cool tooling. That's very neat. I don't know if it would be smart to separate this set or not. Probably not. But I know the one that's going to be probably catch the most value is definitely going to be the Sprinter Chureno. Man, this thing is super cool, though. I like this one a lot. That might be my favorite one in the set. Really, really neat. But I'd be tempted to maybe trade this off if I get examples of these castings. I already have the R32, but I don't have an example of any of these other ones. I don't have an example of this 8086 Toyota either. And that's a super cool one. Like that's one that I would have a hard time parting with, but it's definitely the most desirable one in this 4-car set. And it is quite cool. That's super awesome. Like, that is the car of the set to have for sure. Very, 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 very neat. So that's definitely my favorite in the set. Second favorite would probably be this one right here. And then so on and so forth. Actually, this one would probably be, honestly, my second favorite if I didn't already have the tooling already. And that one's pretty cool, too. All right, so there is all of the Kyosho diecast. Let's get into a Tomica Limited Vintage real quick, just because since we have that other thing out. This is that RX-7. So let's go ahead and pull this out of the package. And there it is. All right. Yes, Tomica Limited Vintage did a excellent job on this casting. The only thing that has been some point of contention has been the taillights. They are inserted, actually. They're not painted. I don't think they're painted anyway. Maybe they are. No, they are. I think they are an actual insert. They're just black. They're just so darkened that they're black. This thing does have a little bit of suspension. Let's see how it compares to this one. Pretty similar. Got a frog in my throat today. Yeah, somewhat similar. I definitely like this car in red. I've got it in silver, like I said. But not a bad gig having one in red either. That's super cool. Very, very awesome. All right, thanks, Travis, for that one. Let's see here. Next up is, let's take a look at this basic Tomica real quick before we get into the last bits here. I think I'm doing good on time here. We're only at 16 minutes on the second half, or 17 minutes on the second half, so we're pushing a 30-minute video. Should be able to keep it at 40 if I can get this sucker open. So this is a basic. However, a really cool basic. That is awesome. Okay, so I got a basic Tomica, I think it was in my last weekly video, and now I've got another one. And I gotta tell you, they're pretty freaking cool, actually. It's got suspension. I even don't mind the wheels on this one. Plastic base, metal body, but heavy metal base. Or heavy metal body. It's got opening door. It's got quite a bit of detail on the interior of this as well. That is actually really awesome. Super cool. So it doesn't have back windows. They're actually painted. But this thing is rad, man. That is really cool. And these you can actually get fairly cheap. I think you can anyway. I don't know about this particular one, but the basic Tomicas you can find at Hobby Dealer in Japan or whatever, Hobby Link Japan. Yeah, and they have these cars fairly inexpensive. So I think just like $3 or so ish. Super cool. That is awesome. All right. All right, moving on. We got just Tomica Limited Vintage quick. Sort of quick. We'll start with this Mazda Cosmo that we think is a custom. And there it is. Interesting. Very interesting. So this car, I think, would have came, I think, with mirrors that you could have added onto it. Those are not in the package. Of course, it's metal on metal like you'd expect from a Tomica Limited Vintage. And it looks like they took parts from a different vehicle and they added them onto this. And I'll tell you right now, they did an amazing job. The decals look pretty good. You can tell definitely that it's a sticker or a decal when you look up close, but the color matches so well that it's kind of tough. This is definitely an interesting casting too. It's got a plastic top. The top of this car is plastic, but the paint match is so good between the body and the plastic top that you would not be able to really tell. It's still really cool. I have this car in white, so didn't necessarily need another one, but I don't know. This thing definitely has some charm to it for sure. So I don't know if I would try to remove these or not. I think if I did, it would probably leave marks that would, behind that I wouldn't be able to take care of. And so I guess it's probably just smart to leave it as is. But definitely cool. So there's that one. And then we got this one. This is the Nissan Laurel. This one's missing a little bubble inside. So it's packed with some bubble wrap. Bubble wrap. Very cool. There's the Nissan Laurel. This one's got suspension. It's got metal base, metal body. It's a sweet little car. Super cool. Super cool. That is LV. What is it? This one doesn't have a thing. What the heck? Oh. This one must be from a TV series. Because the packaging is weird. When it doesn't have like an LVM, it's volume 01, okay? Which is interesting because the RX-7 is volume 13. I think that's like a TV series, series of Tomica limited vintage that they do. Because I have a 260Z that's also numbered like that and doesn't have an LV, an LVN or LV release number. Super cool. I think this is going to be my favorite TLV that I got in this box for sure. I like that one a lot, actually. All right, so there's that one. And then we get this one here, LV01. So if this is appropriate to the time of Tomica, this is the first casting that Tomica Limited Vintage ever put out. Here it is, LV01. It's packaged differently than normal. It probably is going to have a plastic base. Maybe not. Yep, that is plastic. Yep. It's got a plastic base. It does not have suspension, which is how the early Tomica Limited Vintage came out. Still extremely detailed. Very detailed. But you can definitely see the differences. It's not as high quality as the ones that came out, after they changed the style, I guess. But it is still very well done. LV01. Oh, what is it? Did we figure that out? It is a Nissan Cedric. Okay. And I believe this is the first casting that Tomica Limited Vintage came out with, judging by the number it was given. So this may actually be what started it all. Maybe. I don't really know a lot about it, so I could be completely wrong. So this thing is really cool, though, and I'm glad to have an example of it. All right. And then this one I was really interested to check out. This is the LV60. The Mitsubishi PETLEOVAN van. Oh my goodness, this is tiny. I did not think it was going to be this small. I thought it was going to be large. Look how small that is. Look at that little thing. I don't know why, but I thought it was going to be bigger than that. Even like seeing it on a video of his, I thought it would be bigger. It's 1/64 scale though. And just to kind of compare it to a Bugatti. I mean, it's taller than the Bugatti, but look how tiny that is. It's super tiny. What a goofy little casting. It doesn't have suspension, but it's got some travel. It does have a metal base and rubber tires. Rubber tire in the front and tires in the back. Actually, that is actually fantastic. It is super cool. I want to get one of the bigger truck castings from Tomica Limited Vintage now. That's going to be like the next conquest here. All right, and then last and finally, the last TLV. This is going to be LVN 156. So this is definitely a more modern one. The Toyota Cresta Super Lucent. I know I'm going to like this one right off the bat if it's the color looks really cool. Yeah. Okay. This one's fantastic. I'm just going to put this back here. OMG. The color of this car is radical, to say the least. It is so awesome. It's got some metal flake. Okay. It's got gold on the side. I don't know. It just looks really, really good. Look at the grille. Headlights. Tail lights. Tiny little printing. Yeah, this is a winner. Okay, so this is my favorite one. It's a weird car, you know. I would never think, oh yeah, I'd be really super excited to get a Toyota Cresta, you know. And that's the way TLV is. You can get these basic, which you know, or think are going to be just real basic, boxy cars from like, I don't know, the 80s or whatever, late 80s probably, maybe even early. I'm not even sure exactly when this came out. And these don't have years on them, so. But they're super cool, dude. Super cool. Look at the rims, or I guess probably, are those rims, or are those going to be hubcaps? Probably hubcaps. Look really awesome. Yeah, okay, so this is a winner right here. I love that. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. So we did stretch this out quite to a long one. So I apologize about that, but I don't really, because I know some of you really enjoy the long videos, and I enjoy all of your support. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate your feedback. I definitely do. I mean, if you have any advice for me, anything you want to see in the collection, always mention it. Just mention it. I really want to keep this channel going. I want to keep doing some cool things with it. I know my collection has kind of gotten away from what it originally was, and I've kind of really spilled into this, you know, arena of import premium diecast. You guys know I still love my Auto World, and they're still my favorite brand out there. But you know I've gotten pretty heavy into some other stuff, including Kyosho, some Tomica Limited Vintage, some Konami stuff, just, you know, anything under the sun that's really awesome in 1/64 scale, I'm into it. If it's detailed, it looks like a real car, and it's 1/64 scale, and the car's not super lame, I'm into it. You know, that's stuff I'm into. You know, I don't really hunt like I used to. I used to be able to really get out there and go after it. and I would find some, supers and all sorts of fun stuff. But to be honest, if I had a choice between a super treasure hunt and something like this, I'm going to pick this every day. It's just natural. It's just what I am. Of course, finding a super treasure hunt for $1, I can't complain. But I'm just not, I still love my Hot Wheels and my Matchbox. Don't get me wrong. But I just get more excited over this really detailed, super cool stuff. So, it is what it is, right? So yeah. But super happy with this box. Thank you very much, Travis. Thank you so much. And thank you, Diecast as well, for somewhat contributing to it. And I really appreciate it. So you guys enjoy the day. Have a great rest of your weekend. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please, like I said, comment. Check out my playlist. There's so much content on this channel now. Just a lot of older videos and stuff that might be fun for you to go back and watch, mentioning that I used to be into other things or a different style of collecting. And I used to actually find chases in the store too. It might be cool to see that. But yeah, so that's going to be it. So thank you guys very much again. Have a excellent rest of your day.